All right, guys. As promised, we're taking you guys on a journey with us of Blockfi for your cryptocurrency. We've posted several links, videos, information about Blockfi, of which we started testing Blockfi back in January with small increments of $100 that we put in January, $100 in February, and then we said we're going to kind of go all out and find some strategies for you guys that we've already posted in Patreon on how to use Blockfi. So today we have an update for you and kind of show you how we're making this work and show you the progress. So since the last time we've showed you anything with Blockfi, we only had $300 in there. So I have some good news. Yes, we've put in a little bit more money. We're gradually building this up, but I want you to see the process, starting from a small account and making it grow. People believe what they can see. So let's make a believer out of you. First thing is, you'll notice that our account value as of today is $1,931.48. You know the 70-20 rule, where we're putting 70% of what we put in this account is going into GUSD. That's the same as what's called stable coin. Stable coin does not change in value. If you put in $10, it's going to always remain $10, but it earns 8.6% interest annually, but it's paid out over a monthly basis. So what does that mean? 8.6% divided by 12, multiply what the amount you have in stablecoin by that amount, and that's how much interest you're going to earn for that month. It accrues daily, and to be able to see what you're getting, the accrued interest is how much you've built up to that day. So today is April the 2nd or the 3rd, one of those two. It's April 3rd. So for the 3 days, this is how much we've earned so far in accrued interest, that by the end of the month, the total that you see for accrued interest will be paid back out to you in the form of the cryptocurrency you bought it from. So if you bought 70% stable coin, then the amount that you bought in stable coin, that's the interest that's going to come back in the form of stable coin, and vice versa for Bitcoin. The total interest paid is how much we've been paid in interest since the beginning of the account. So what you see in the accrued interest will then be added to total interest paid, because it will be paid out the last day of the month, and then it starts over again at the beginning of the month. So as I said, 70% we have in stablecoin, which is the same as GUSD, 20% in Bitcoin. Bitcoin fluctuate. The price of the coin will change just like the stock market does. That's why we're putting 20% here. We're hedging this account by putting most of our money into the stable coin because it earns a higher interest. Bitcoin, we still want it, because if it runs up, which they expect it to go from $60,000 that it is right now to $100,000 by the end of the year. Well, we want to catch those gains, and we want the interest that you get on Bitcoin. From Blockfi, you're currently getting 5.6 to 6% annual interest on Bitcoin. And then the remaining 10% we're putting in Ethereum. Ethereum earns 6% annually total, but it's paid out monthly as it's accrued. We like Ethereum because Ethereum runs the same way Bitcoin does. When Bitcoin goes up, so does Ethereum. And right now, Ethereum is at the $1,500, $1,700 price target, and we're expecting it to grow as well. So those are the three that we're currently buying in Blockfi. We're looking at possibly adding one more, but we're going to stick to our current strategy, which is the 70-20-10 for now. So if we take a look at the account, where the market is, so Bitcoin, this is the current value. The 24-hour change, that's the change that has happened over the last 24 hours. As you can see, Ethereum is still going up. I mentioned 15 to 1700. Ethereum is at $2,000. Ethereum is growing. We might have to switch this around a little bit because Ethereum is moving a little faster than expected here. And what I wanted to show you guys, a part of the strategy, I mentioned about ways of getting free Bitcoin. Everybody is giving away free Bitcoin now. Banks are giving it away. Cash App is giving away. And I wanted to show you, okay, so here's the interest payment from stablecoin. I got $6.35. So stablecoin, you can reference that in terms of dollars because it's exactly the same amount or value as the dollar. We received our interest payment of Bitcoin. We received our interest payment of Ethereum. That was paid out on March 31st as promised. You'll see deposits of Bitcoin, and there's going to be several of them. If you look down, Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. I bought some more Ethereum here. I put in a deposit for some more stable coin at the end of the month. And then there's more Bitcoin. Where all this Bitcoin is coming from is free Bitcoin given to me from Cash App. In the previous videos, I mentioned if you get a Cash App debit card, there are bonuses that you can add to your card to receive either discounts at stores. I don't use those. My only focus is I want my free Bitcoin. Every Friday at noon, they release new bonuses. There are two that I get every week. One is 10% of the amount that you spend at a restaurant using your Cash App debit card, not a credit card, Cash App debit card. You get 10% back in the form of free Bitcoin, up to $7.50. So that means that if I spend $75, I get $7.50 of free Bitcoin. So what do? It's the weekend. I've been working hard all week. I want a nice meal. I might take my family or a friend out to eat or grab some food and bring it back and spend $75. Charity. Go buy someone a meal. Be nice, be kind, and get free Bitcoin. So that's one of the ways. The second way is they will give you 15% back on the amount that you spend at a coffee shop. Well, I am a Starbucks fan. It's hard to get the full $7.50 of free Bitcoin off of purchasing some coffee. So what I do is instead, I put the money on a Starbucks gift card. It's the same as purchasing from Starbucks. $50, I put it on the card and voila, I have my $7.50 of free Bitcoin that goes to Cash App. Now, $50 is a lot of coffee, but dealing with Starbucks, you can spend that very easily. Or be kind. If you go through the drive-through, buy the car behind you a cup of coffee and just charge it to your Starbucks card. There are many things that you can do to make currency flow. One of them is giving. I'm a wholehearted believer of giving. So what I do after that is once I get the Bitcoins, that's $15 in one weekend. I actually have two Cash App accounts. So that ends up being $30 of free Bitcoin. I've given, I have bought a meal for a friend or a family member. I have given some free coffee away. You don't have to do these things, but just kind of giving you some ideas. I take and I send the money or send the Bitcoin from Cash App to my Blockfi account. And I'll walk you through the process of doing that to make sure everybody knows how. And that's why you see all these little tiny deposits of Bitcoin. I moved my Bitcoin from Cash App to Blockfi because after I get the free Bitcoin, I now want to earn interest on that. So if I'm getting $30 every weekend, that's $120 of free Bitcoin. Now, mind you, some may say, well, it wasn't free. It was free to me because I would have spent that same money anyway. I would have been going to Starbucks anyway. I would have ordered out some food anyway. So I'm just getting something back in return. So that's $120 of free Bitcoin that I'm now earning interest on that I didn't have to work for, didn't have to buy, didn't have to spend any money for, as far as buying the Bitcoin itself. And now it has legs and it's growing. I like to think of my money and my Bitcoins as employees. The more employees I have, the more work can get done and the more money they can bring back to me. So that's why you see all these tiny little deposits of Bitcoin. And just for transparency, you'll see where I'm throwing money in every now and again into the account, a little here, a little there, $500 deposit on March 11th. But most of this, and someone joined, I got my $5 of free Bitcoin from the referral bonus. And just to show you, we just started this in, I'll load more so you can see the date that we began, January 13th. So just so you see, that's where we started, that's where we are. I mentioned I would show you how to transfer your Cash App Bitcoins to Blockfi. If you click deposit from your phone or from the web page, I'm working from the web page, click on Bitcoin. You have to transfer into the actual coin that you're bringing over. If you copy this wallet address, when you go into Cash App, the same way you would send someone money, you would click on your Bitcoin, click the send arrow, and paste in this address. Once you do that, it has to verify that you actually own this Bitcoin. It takes about 30 minutes, and voila, the Bitcoin is transferred in. It will tell you that it's pending, so you'll know it's sitting there. And so that's how I am helping to grow the account. My goal is, when I give you guys a report for the month of April, I'm sitting at almost $2,000. I want to almost double that. And so I'm going to find some other ways to get some free Bitcoin here as much as possible. And then one other thing I wanted to show you guys. So I talk about investing like investing is my business, because it is. My money is my employees, because they are. I want them to go out and grab more. In order to manage a business, you have to know how well your business is running in order to make adjustments. So I am the spreadsheet queen. If you'll notice, this is my mogul mode plan of wealth. And for the things that I do to build wealth, I have a sheet for each one of them and I manage it. So I had to go out and make one for Blockfi. And you'll notice that I have all of my deposits here. So the total cash that I put in was $1,650. The total interest I've made so far is $10.21. I haven't updated this to show the actual accrued interest to date. But my total gains, if I put in $1,650 and I showed you here that the value was $1,931, then something is happening here. The value is increasing. So since January 1st until today, it's actually a little more, but 16.67% increase. That's a total, that's a combination of the free Bitcoins, the growth of the coins, and the interest made. All of that compounding is making a difference. Now, this may look like a small number, but I only put in $1,600 to start. The more I put in, the more these things grow. So as with the business, you have to have a goal that you want to reach. You have to have a strategy, a business plan. So the current annual paid out interest for the coins, for stable coin, is 8.6. Bitcoin right now is 6%. It's going to go back down to 5.4. They were doing a special there. I hope it stays at 6 though. Ethereum is 5.25. And I'm looking at Litecoin as adding as an addition. Right now, I'm not buying any, but I am looking at it. They give 6.5% for that. So then I broke it down and said, okay, well, on a monthly basis, how much percentage am I getting on a monthly basis from each of these? And then what my current distribution is. Right now, the plan is 70, 20, 10. And I did this so that I could see it. And I want to see, if I want to add Litecoin, what am I going to pull from? I'm not going to take it away from stablecoin because I like that 8.6 and I like its stability. But then we broke it down even further. So I want to keep this 70-20 range, and I wanted to kind of see broken down, how well am I doing that? So currently my distribution, this is where I've distributed the money that I put in and where the values are, versus if I actually hit the 70, 30, 10, where it should look like and be. So I see that I should actually have about $165 in Ethereum. I have about 140. I'm off by about $24, $25. So it automatically tells me, hey, you need to buy a little more Ethereum. And I may or may not for various reasons, but it's the knowing. So this will instantly let me know. Everything in blue is where I enter information. Everything in yellow is automatically calculated for me. And then finally, I wanted to know monthly accrual projections. So as I put more money in, how much should I expect based off of what I bought to get in return by the end of the month? Right now, I'm on target to get $12.58 accrued by the end of the month, which will be more than what I gained last month, which is perfect. But let's say I set a goal that I want to get this up to $16 a month or $20 a month, just off of the interest. Then I can start playing around. Or if I want to get it to $50, you set the number you want to reach. Every month, this is going to get higher and higher because it's compounding. You guys know that's my favorite word. I love compound interest, but you need to be able to see what's happening and how it works. So let's say I got this to, let's say I put 5,000 in stablecoin. Oh, I have this in view only mode. We'll fix that. If you guys want a copy of this to where you can set up your own, I have no problem with sharing this little tool. Like I said, the only thing you change is the areas in blue where I enter my information there. So if you would like a copy, just post in the comment section and I'll send you a link to access it. And you'll just copy and make a copy of your own by going File, Make Copy, and then you'll have your own copy to edit and use. So this is our update on Blockfi. We're going to continue to build this. Now that I've showed you the month of March, my goal for the month of April is to double this. I could put a lot more in here, but I want to show you from a small account perspective how you can manage and make this grow. This is your employee. Blockfi is your business. The more money you put in it, the more employees you have working for you, the more they can produce. So that's it for Blockfi as far as our update. Have a good one. If you have any questions, post it in the comments. See you guys later.